So, how's your day going?
It's amazing. How's yours?
It's windy, so
It is pretty windy. Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's a beautiful Sunday, and we're going to have a great podcast and talk about some amazing stories.
yeah. Are you excited?
I am pretty excited. A little nervous, but pretty excited.
What are you nervous most about?
Um, well, I've recorded plenty of videos of myself because I promote like my own brand for selling. So I've done a lot of recordings of like my face and me talking, but I feel like this is your thing, and like me being on, I've never done something of this level. Like, how would you put it? Intense conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll have it with like people, but like seeing it, it's almost like being a little bit vulnerable.
Yeah.
Talking to somebody, but I think it's gonna be pretty cool.
Yeah, it'll
Because you
be.
share your thoughts, feelings, things like that. You know.
Yeah, it's a good way to, I guess, see like where somebody stands on a lot of things. It brings a lot of insight into somebody's like personality.
Yeah.
I will say though, like, I definitely wouldn't judge someone based off of like one one way that they interpreted a story. Just because, you know, sometimes when you're reading and you're listening and you've got cameras on you, you might miss parts of the story that like your brain went somewhere else and you miss
Right.
that part of the story, and then you're like, you listen back and you're like, oh my God, I can't believe I missed this. Like, I can't believe I thought this or said this or
Yeah.
whatever. So sometimes it can be like,
No, absolutely. It's a big thing when somebody's like explaining something and you like lock onto something and like now you're hyper focused on that.
yeah.
And it's not just that one thing that creates the story, it's the details leading up to it that you might have missed, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so for the stories today, per usual, for me to be able to get a like blind read on them as well, I just read the titles. So I don't know if these stories are good, not good,
You pick
whatever.
out the story just based off the title.
Exactly.
Wow. You're judging a book completely by its cover.
Yeah. Yeah. So sometimes it's a hit or miss.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, you look at a book, you're like, that's going to be a good book. It's not a good book.
It's not a good book.
That's okay, though.
Yeah.
It's an experience,
Yeah.
nonetheless.
So that being said, because you didn't pick any of your own stories, that's not a dig at you.
Yeah,
But
totally.
because you didn't pick your own stories, at some point I know you did want to read one, so I'll let you I'll let you get the last story in, and I'll let you scroll through what I have saved, and you can go ahead and pick a title and just read it.
Okay, sounds good to me.
All right, well, thank you guys for jumping on with us today. This is Nicholas.
Hey, everybody.
This is the great and almighty man that I've been talking about. Why are you laughing?
Nothing. I mean, that's just sweet. it's like introducing me to your mom or something.
I know, it feels kind of weird.
A little bit.
So, never mind the wind. Hopefully, it won't be as loud after I'm done editing. But right now, we are going through it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah, it's got to be a windstorm, a cold storm, this,
Something.
that, the third.
Something. Just look, if we were to turn it and show the palapa, I mean, it's just doing this.
Yeah.
We'll be all right.
So, all right, let's jump in. You didn't need any water or anything before we start?
No, I'll be all right. I'll drink that cigarette water over there.
Yuck. Watch out. You don't know what I'm editing out and what I'm not. All right, so let's go ahead and jump in. The first story is going to be from r/2 hot takes. Shout out Morgan over there. And the story is, am I wrong for questioning my whole relationship after I found out my 27 female boyfriend, 30 male, was pocketing my rent money?
I mean, there's so many ways this can go.
Yes.
Sounds very interesting.
Yes.
Let's hear more.
All right, so we've been together for 5 years. We live on a property my boyfriend's dad is renting. His mom and dad live in one house on the property and we live on the other. When we moved in, he told us the rent was $1,600, for the house, so $800 each for my boyfriend and I. A steal, I know. However, I just found out that my boyfriend and his dad came to an agreement at the start of the lease last spring that he, his dad, would pay our rent in full, and that the money I pay my boyfriend for rent, I had presumed passed along the money to his dad for rent, my boyfriend could keep. He said they wanted to help him out by paying his rent and his car while he lived here with them, so this was how they thought to do it. I immediately felt betrayed for not being involved in knowing about this, but I also felt like it's a bit unethical because I wasn't aware of where my rent money was going. I had been suspicious for a while, but I finally had the courage to ask. He admitted it and my stomach sank. His first reaction was to be mad at me for being upset about it. His point of view is that they didn't tell me because it's not my business since I'm paying rent regardless. Therefore, if his dad wanted to give him $800 a month for his car and also pay his rent to help him, this is a less roundabout way of doing it. He just keeps the $800 I'm sending for rent.
Dude, that's so bad.
Yeah. He said, in essence, it isn't my money since it's rent money, so I shouldn't care where it ends up. He also said his dad asked him to keep it between him and his parents, so he was put in a weird position. I can see how this logically makes sense, but I can't help but feel like I've been paying him $800 a month to keep without my knowledge. I'm not upset about his parents helping him. That is between them, and I don't want to have my rent covered either. I'm grateful for the cheap rent and believe I should be paying rent. It's just the dishonesty and the fact that he just transferred my rent money into his bank account without telling me for a year that feels so wrong to me. We split everything else equally, like groceries, utilities, and internet, except the occasional date nights where he pays. I'm close with his family and frequently have them over for dinner, so it hurts that they all knew something I didn't. I have a full-time job and a side job. My boyfriend is self-employed and doesn't make too much money from that. I don't typically mind, but I would like us to be more open with each other about finances. I don't know how to move forward with this, even though I want to be understanding and kind to him, because he says it's a nuanced situation and that I should know he isn't the type of person to steal from me. He's apologized for the dishonesty, but still doesn't see the issue. The relationship hasn't been perfect, but it has been worth staying in for 5 years. I just don't know how to get rid of this gut feeling that this situation doesn't sit right with me. Plus,
5 years?
5 years.
Wow. I mean, you really think you know somebody after 5 years?
Like, why? Like, you've been together for 5 years and you can't just tell her this, like, I feel like.
Or you better say small thing?
No, I wouldn't say small thing. It's just more so like, this is the situation at hand.
Right, right. I mean, and that's the thing. Like, you would think you want to help, like, I guess the term would be better each other, help each other grow. But it's like, not only is the dishonesty a problem, but it's like, when you are together, especially that long, not necessarily combine your finances, but like I said, talk about it. But it's just the fact of, like, he's being helped out. And it's like you're almost taking advantage of the situation to take money out of that person's pocket as well, just to benefit yourself, even though you're already being helped. And I get it, it is your family's place, but it's like, wouldn't you want to help out your significant other that you've been with for 5 years?
That, and it's like, okay, so they split all the, like, everything they pay equally, right?
Right.
So that being said, let's say his dad does want him to keep her rent money, that $800. Why wouldn't his dad, one, either tell him he doesn't have to pay rent, or he doesn't have to pay $800, and then they can split her $800?
Exactly.
Or why wouldn't the dad just lower the rent if he was planning on giving him an additional money anyway?
Right.
If he wanted him to save money.
Yeah, no, so it doesn't even make sense, like, logically at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's pretty odd. I mean, maybe the whole thing could be made up from the boyfriend.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, I know, right? What if the parents never told her, and it all just came from him? What if everything was made up? Because that does sound kind of bizarre, right? You move into a place with the certain expectation of bills, and then all of a sudden things are being changed, and then maybe that was his excuse that he told her for his reason of doing what he did. I don't know. That's crazy.
Yeah. So let's see. Where did I leave off here? He apologized for his dishonesty, but still doesn't see the issue. The relationship hasn't been perfect, but it's been worth staying in for 5 years. I just don't know how to get rid of this gut feeling that this situation doesn't sit right with me. Plus, rent was due yesterday, and I haven't paid him yet. Is this grounds for breakup, or can we work through it? If so, how? Or is it truly none of my business? Any advice is so appreciated.
That's so crazy. Rent was due yesterday. I mean, you would think in the initial conversation they would have like had a talk like, "Oh, am I still going to pay you the $800, or are we gonna kind of drop this facade we got going on?" And now she has to bring it up again. Yeah.
And so, I mean, let's answer her question. She asks if this is grounds for breakup or can we work through it. What is your thought process on that?
Is it grounds for breakup, or can we work through it? I mean, that is such a, when you start throwing that around, like, oh, okay, should we consider breaking up? I mean, there's got to be grounds for, at least saying that, right? So then you got to really think about it. How deep does it go into somebody's head? After being with them for 5 years, they can lie for a whole year to you about something that major. It's in my opinion, I would say it's more than just, oh, I lied about the rent and that's what it is. I mean, I think it goes a lot deeper. It goes deeper into how that person operates, how you can trust them. I mean, if it's that, what else can it be? How many other small white lies, as people call them, still a lie? How many other lies can somebody be telling you if they can brush that off their shoulder just so easily?
Right, especially because, so you pay rent once a month. This has been over a year, so we know at least 12 different occasions he had the opportunity to tell her, hey, this money you're sending me, it's actually going into my bank account. And
what is he doing with the money?
and like, it's just like you had so many opportunities to tell her. It's not like this was an agreement that you made with your dad a year ago and you just forgot. Mm-hmm. You forgot about it. Mm-hmm. You had, like, it was like in the moment you could have mentioned it and you didn't, and that was that forever ago. No, this is something that continuously gets brought back up to your mind every month.
Right.
So, yeah, like, to feed off what you said, it's a long time coming that he's been sitting there getting his bread.
It's like, okay, it's payday.
Still splitting everything half with everybody else.
Oh, that's terrible.
And then the times that he was occasionally paying for dinner.
Oh my gosh.
He's not paying for dinner. She's paying for dinner.
And that brings me back to my point. It's like, how many other things is he lying about? Literally everything. Their whole relationship the past year, not everything, but like they go out to dinner. Oh, we're splitting it 50-50, right? No. She just paid $800 to your bank account. Oh, we're going to go shopping. And then she, in her head, he's like, oh, he's going to buy me this nice shoes. You bought yourself those shoes. Newsflash. You know what I'm saying? Dang, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah. So, if I did this, would you break up with me? Or would we work through it?
If you did that to me?
Yes.
I just feel like, and not to call that person like stupid or anything, I feel like I'm just not dumb enough to fall for something like that.
I mean, how would she know? Like, she said she had her suspicions, but in reality, genuinely, how would you know? I mean, I guess. Well, no, it seems like.
Well, let me ask you this: how often do we talk about finances?
I feel like we talk about it a healthy amount.
I feel like we talk about it, and not like finances, but like every day when I come home. I tell you kind of like how my day went by, what I think I made that day. It's because like it's all commission based. So I feel like we talk about it every day. And then we're also trying to purchase a house, so we talk about it every day. And like you can imagine with them, they probably have goals. I don't know if they're planning on living there forever, but I don't know. That's when I break up with you. I don't think we could last after that. I don't think it would work.
So you wouldn't try to work it out?
No, I mean, obviously, 5 years later, who wouldn't try? I mean, you would always try, but I don't think it would last. No.
Okay. Then her next question was, "Is it truly none of my business?"
Oh no, it's your business.
Yeah, I think it goes to say with what we've been saying, like, it was your business. He should have told you. I mean, that's that.
You're 5 years committed to somebody. He's committed to be honest with you, right? Yeah. 100% your business.
Okay. The top comment is, it's just the dishonesty, not the asshole. You've hit the nail on the head. I wanted to cut him some slack, even if this is a really questionable way of his parents trying to help him out. But then he said, it's not my business. Like you said, it's not about the arrangement, but the deception. If your relationship is just casual, then all good. But if you thought you're building a future with this dude, get the fuck out. He's probably a partner and you can't trust him. Or he's not a partner and you can't trust him. Valid.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of like everything we said, just in a few more shortened sentences. But no, that's true.
Yeah. So there is an update on this one.
Mm-hmm.
On what happens next.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. So, update. I did pay the rent to him already for April. I wasn't withholding it because I thought I shouldn't pay rent. I was just trying to understand how I felt about the situation. I fully believe I should pay rent and don't want handouts from his parents, too. I know either way I'd be paying rent. Everyone focusing on the money and calling me a gold digger is not getting the point of why I'm upset. Also, just
wait. People are calling her a gold digger?
I guess the comments were pissed.
At her?
Yeah, I guess
What?
so. I'll have to dig through them here in a second because the top comment wasn't that. So either the comments ended up switching sides and like agreeing with her, or yeah.
Dude, that is so crazy. I feel like my initial reaction, and I don't know, I feel like I'm pretty level-headed and like I could see both sides pretty well, but I don't know. That's crazy. I'm not thinking gold digger or anything like that. I mean, and plus, in her message, she's not like mad or anything.
Yeah.
She's asking a question. She's not pleading for help, but she's reaching out to people to see how to view the situation because she's unsure. So, I mean, how can you just say, oh, gold digger? She's
Gold
not,
digger.
she's not expressing her emotions in like I guess a negative light. She's just reaching out because she doesn't know how to feel. But yeah.
So she had said, everyone's focusing on the money and calling me a gold digger is not getting the point of why I'm upset. Also, just want to add, he knows everything about how much I make. I'm an open book and never thought of not sharing with him. And I mean, maybe a part of this, I think, roots from, she had mentioned something about how she has a job and a side job. He has his own business that he's not making that much from. So I wonder if as a man, he's a little insecure over the fact that his girl is the breadwinner. She makes more money than him, and now he's taking money from her without letting her know. And I mean, that's got to be hard for, I mean, it's hard for anyone, even me as a woman. Like, you make so much more money than me, and it pisses me off. But it's just like, it's just because it's hard, you know, it's hard to accept the reality of certain situations. And while I love like the grind and the hustle and the income that you have, that's wonderful. It's a blessing. But it's just hard when you also want to put in that same work for your partner and be able to provide the same way. Like, I want to be able to put on the table the exact amount of effort and work and money and everything that you're putting on the table.
Right.
So, and I'm not trying to just dig men, but like, I mean, a lot of men are raised like you have to be
The provider.
the
You know, the hunter, the gatherer, things like that. I mean, yeah, no, I mean, if you're somebody who views gender as roles, kind of like how we were talking earlier today, but if you're somebody who views genders as a certain role in life, then 100%, yeah, I mean, it would make you feel a little insecure that your woman makes more money than you. But to do something like that, if that's how you're viewing it, and you know that to be true, that your partner is insecure, so they're doing that to kind of as like a little jab as a get back, then you're kind of stealing, technically.
Yeah.
Like mentally, like you're stealing. In your head, the way you're doing it by taking that money, you're stealing it from her, and like you're like, oh yes, this feels good because now she's not making more money than I'm making the same amount of money because she's paying me.
Right.
You know, but I mean, at the end of the day, you got these business women who run a bunch of businesses, and I'm sure they have significant others, maybe that their significant other makes more money than them because they got a better business. But there's nothing wrong with a woman making more money than the man.
Yeah. So I just read a comment that kind of made me chuckle. It says, "Don't ever merge your finances with him. He's 30 years old and his parents are still supporting him financially."
30?
I missed that too. I read it, but I forgot. He will blow a bunch of your money on himself if you ever give him access to it. Yeah.
30 is kind of nuts. I mean, not
And-
like to speak on people who are 30 years old and still living with their parents. I mean, life happens 100%, but I mean, it sounds like both of them are plenty capable of.
Yeah.
You know.
The comment under that says, "He's taken almost $10,000 from her just on 1 year's rent. When you add up utilities, even more. Who's to say if his parents are paying utilities? OP is not wrong to question her relationship with him. Huge red flag. He got mad at OP for being upset about it when she questioned him about the rent. Run far away and run fast, OP." So if you don't know, OP is original poster.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
mean, and remember what I said in the beginning. It's not just the fact of like, oh, okay, I'm stealing rent from you. It could be a lot deeper rooted issue, and some people obviously are agreeing with that statement that I'm making, and they feel the same way. I mean, because like everything you do in life is going to determine, how you're going to react to the next situation, and that just goes to prove that point.
And OP sounds reasonable. I feel like if this is a conversation that she was included in from the jump, this is not an issue that they would be having. Like, I feel like she's fully aware of the fact that she shouldn't be given handouts. She's fully aware of, where she's at in life. She knows that she's getting a good deal, this, that, and the third. You can't be mad if somebody's parents want to help their son out more than you. But at the same time, I mean, your man of 5 years should be wanting to help you out too.
Right.
So it kind of just, I mean, it just flows. I just feel like had she been a part of this conversation from the jump, she either would have accepted it, they could have made compromises, they could have talked about it, got to a point where it's something that they're both comfortable with.
Right.
But instead, it was the dishonesty, the sneakiness, the lying, the just all around weirdo. So,
Yeah, no, I agree with that statement 100%. 100%.
yeah. I'm about to look for the next story that I want to read you. If you want to go ahead and take a bite out of that big old double doozy.
So this is a double doozy, everybody, right here. Where'd you get this?
I don't want to shout them out because they were actually really rude.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, they were not. You were kind of being extra. You told me
No.
the story.
I'm not going to go into detail. All I know is I wanted water, tap water, and they refused to give me tap water because they wanted me to buy a $4 water bottle.
And she just...
No, I just said I wasn't going into detail.
Right. I mean, you can kind of picture what happened behind the scenes of,
Well, they said that they simply can't, right? Well, I have my daughter with me. I have my daughter with me, and I'm like, okay, so if my daughter needs water for her formula, you're not going to give it to me? Like,
Does Esme drink formula?
she doesn't.
Okay.
But that's
Okay.
beside the point.
It's not.
It is, though.
I mean, I get where you're coming from 100%. But if the worker at a business is saying, no, I'm not going to provide you water, you have to purchase the water, then who are you to argue with their business motto?
So, because I'm not a lawyer or anything, but legally you
It's
have to
not
give
that
somebody
serious.
water.
No, you do not.
Yes, you do. Like
That's a law.
McDonald's. You drive up to McDonald's and you ask for a cup of water.
Well, no,
They don't
it
have
could
to.
be
They
policy.
they don't have to give it to you. They have to give you water. They don't have to give it to you for free.
Exactly.
So if that's the case, Great American could have charged me $4 for the cup that was going to hold the water.
Right?
But they can't just like not offer me, like not give me the water that
Oh,
they
wait,
have
so is
there.
your problem the fact that they wouldn't give you a cup of water?
Yes, like I told
You would
her.
have paid for it regardless.
Yes.
You just wanted it in a cup.
Yes, I told her. I told her.
Wait,
I
why'd
said,
you want it in a cup?
I don't, because I would have had to keep unscrewing, screwing. I got babies, this, that, pushing strollers. I wanted a cup. I told her, I said, I will take the cup if you charge for the cup. I just want the cup with water. And she said, no, we can't do that. I literally told her I would buy the cup. And she said that they only sell the cup for 60 cents and they'll put ice in it, but they won't put water in it.
Yeah, maybe she's doing too much, but maybe you are too. I don't know. I wasn't there. Anyways, back to the double doozy, folks. This is a conversation for later. We're going to take a nice little bite out of this. Do you have yours?
I do.
You want to do it with me?
Yeah.
Hey, wait a second. Why'd you give me this one? I want Oreo.
This is cookies and cream.
That's what I meant, yeah.
I got you an original because you didn't tell me what flavor you wanted. Cheers. So this one's coming from r/best of Redditor updates. The story is, I, 26 male, bought my girlfriend, 25 female, a car. She said that was my third and final strike.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Wait. I, however old, male, bought the female a car? Mm-hmm. Okay, that makes sense. And
She said it was his third and final strike.
for buying him a car?
Guess so.
Let's find out.
I come from a wealthy family. I now work in a family business, so technically I'm not spending mommy and daddy's money anymore. Been with my girlfriend for a year and 5 months. She's the best thing in the world. Doesn't matter how bored, sad, lonely, upset, or even happy I feel, she always makes it better. Now, I don't like to show I have money because obviously that's not the best way to attract people who are actually interested in you and not your money. So when I started dating my girlfriend, I didn't spend a lot until I felt comfortable with her. That was 3 months in. I bought her a tablet that was somewhere between $600 to $700, I'm pretty sure. She seemed okay with it. I don't like to think I'm careless with how I spend, but I also know I'm probably not the most mindful when it comes to my spending either. At 7 months in the relationship, I decided to buy my girlfriend a bracelet that I saw while looking for a birthday gift for my little brother. It was $6,000. I know. Saying it out loud maybe doesn't sound like a good idea, but I've spent more on some truly ridiculous stuff. But for my budget, it really wasn't as bad as it sounds. She wouldn't accept it and told me to return it. I kept telling her it was fine, but she didn't want it. I told her to give it to her sister as a wedding present. She said no. Later, she told me that me buying her that was a red flag. Around 8 months in, I realized I love her, and she told me she loved me right around the same time. I took her on a we are in love date. I thought since she didn't like the bracelet, I'd keep things simple this time. No dinners at expensive restaurants, no gifts, no elaborate plans, just us eating food from a local place we both like sitting at, by the mountains, one of her favorite spots. Everything went great, and we left after a while. She told me in the car that she thought she had a good time. She expected something fancier. Noted. 4 days ago, she turned 25. I bought her a car.
I'm sorry, dude. What? Oh my gosh. In the beginning, he's like, oh, yeah, no, I mean, I try to keep it low key, not spend so much money, and then $5,000 bracelet. You kidding me? I think his little bit of money and, like, you know, a normal person's little bit of money are two completely different things. Oh my gosh.
And it was a $6,000 bracelet.
Oh, yeah. Dude, come on.
So, 4 days ago, she turned 25. I bought her a car. At this point, we've been together 1 year and 5 months, are in love, talk about our future together. So I assumed it was okay to get her such a gift, but apparently not. She thanked me in the moment, but when we went back to her place, she told me that was my third and final strike, that she thought I wouldn't do something like that again, only this time even worse. She said she doesn't know what I can do to fix things. We aren't broken up, but aren't talking to each other either. I guess the tablet was the first strike.
You bought her a tablet?
That was the first nice thing you bought her, like 3 months in.
I must have missed it. 3 months in, a tablet.
Yeah.
Wow.
When I buy these gifts, I make it clear I don't expect anything back, so she doesn't feel like she has to keep up. I never liked receiving gifts. I told my parents to stop when I turned 10. She's important to me, and I guess I can be materialistic, but I like to buy nice stuff for people I care about. How do I fix things?
Well, buddy, shouldn't be that hard. Just don't spend money. Sounds like this person's just not somebody who's interested in materialistic things. But then again, I mean, like, is that lady crazy or what?
Yeah.
If that were you, I'd be like, yeah, sure, I'll take a car.
I think the worst part really is just how soon he kind of started these things, because it can almost feel like love bombing. And I think that's what was her red flag. Love
Right.
bombing. So
What
3
is
months.
love bombing?
So it's kind of like you just meet someone and they throw all of these amazing things at you at once, and you are almost taken back because you're like, oh my God, nobody's treated me like this. Like, they're almost trying to, like,
Manipulate?
it's almost a form of manipulation. Like, you're roping them in super fast by doing all of these, like,
I think only a woman can think like this. There's like when you read that story, I don't think
Okay.
a man is gonna think manipulation.
so think about this. Let's say we just had a really big fight. We're on the verge of breaking up.
Okay.
You send flowers to me at work. You come and eat lunch with me on my lunch break and bring me the, like, most nicest, my favorite food. And then when I get home, you massage my feet and my back. And then you buy me a super nice necklace and do all these things for like 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, it's kind of like it trickles back down, and then boom, love bomb again. Right? So
Sounds.
it's like
I don't know. It's like, but his are like month to 3 iPad. I mean, it is big, yes, but dude's got money. Like, it's normal for him. Like, some things are normal. Like, this sounds terrible. Financially struggling people, they're gonna do arts and crafts because they can't afford stuff like that. And then you got the middle class, and they're gonna do nice dinners. Then you got the really rich people like Kim Kardashian and Kanye West. They're gonna buy each other houses and planes.
So
You know what I'm saying? It's like there's levels to this. You know, I mean, if I was on his level, wouldn't you want a $6,000 bracelet? Wouldn't you wanna
depends how soon it was. It can just be a little scary, especially if she came from a household that she has a weird relationship with finances. Like, maybe
What was her household again?
they didn't talk about it, but I'm
Oh.
just saying, like, a what if.
Oh, okay.
Maybe she's been with someone in the past that did all these things for her, and then was like, I don't know, maybe abusive, and said like, oh, I do this, 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 and this for you, like. And this is a far reach, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's why I'm looking at you like that. You're reaching.
Far reach, but a lot of the time, and it may not have even been as far or bad as abusive. And I'm not thinking like physically, just like emotionally. Like, I did this, 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 and this for you, so you need to do this, this, and this. I've been buying you all this, and maybe she feels like it's almost transactional. And that can be a big issue for a lot of people.
I don't know if you heard him, but he said I made it very clear anytime I bought something, I do not expect anything in return.
Right, but that does not mean that, like, people will say that all the time.
We are hearing one side of the story, of course, but we have to play it as if, I mean...
No, I believe he said that.
Right.
But I don't think that she would have took it as that. Because at the end of the day, he said that, but guess what she said? Well, I don't want these gifts.
Yeah, I mean, okay, let's take it for this. What's your way of showing love? For example, to me, since we're talking significant otherwise.
Okay.
Because you
Well,
have physical,
if you really wanna
words
get
of
into it.
affirmation. You have, I don't know, there's a few more, but you get the point I'm saying. What would be yours to me? I think I know, but go ahead.
Well, I show love in the way of your love language. So I don't like to clip your toenails.
Yo, go
I don't,
on, dude.
You asked the question. I don't to necessarily enjoy doing your eyebrows super late at night when my back hurts, but I do these things because this is like how you feel loved. So
Okay.
I'm loving you in the manner that you like to be loved.
That's interesting. Yeah, I mean, no, 100%. And that's kind of like what I was thinking for you. But what if his love language, because you do that for me, right?
Right.
Oh, well, then that just contradicts what I was going to say. You said that for a reason then.
Yeah,
So
I
for your-
knew what you had come in.
And that's the thing. I mean, but that you don't know if that's how like theirs is. His love language is buying things for somebody. He has that availability. He has that money. That's how he can show his love. You know, maybe that's how he grew up in his household. He grew up getting loved by gifts and splurging, and because you work hard for money, you know. I'm not saying he does or doesn't, but you work hard to get money, and you're giving that hard work to somebody else in the form of a purchase.
I do think they're lacking.
Communication.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, 100%. I don't know if they live together or what it is. Knowing him, he's probably already tried to buy our house, but
That's next week.
yeah, right. Next week on their 6 month, 1 year and 6 month anniversary, he'll be purchasing that house for her.
So somebody says, so here's the thing. Receiving expensive gifts, especially early in the relationship, can make someone feel lesser than their partner. If she couldn't afford these on her own or as easily as you can, it might make her feel like shit. Both because she can't reciprocate and because it can feel as though she isn't as independent as she'd like to be. Sometimes it's just a feeling of being uncomfortable with anyone spending that much money in general, even more true if she grew up middle class or lower. This is where communication comes into play. You need to sit down and have a conversation about money. She might never like expensive gifts. It might just be how she is. Y'all need to discuss it in detail to figure it out, though. Also, it sounds like your girlfriend might like expensive experiences instead of the things, judging by the way that she said she expected something fancier for y'all's anniversary. As someone that came from a family that had a budget everything, the idea of someone spending a gift for me on $6,000 jewelry items or a car makes me a bit uncomfortable. While it's not a bad financial decision for you, it would be for me. And it's hard to get past that feeling. So, 4 months later, OP replied to that and said, okay, so yeah. I asked her, could we just sit down and talk? She said she didn't want expensive gifts for multiple reasons. She felt like she'd be indebted to me, felt like a gold digger, and felt like she couldn't never do anything like that for me. She said it'd be okay if I occasionally bought her some chocolates or flowers. I apologized and told her that I enjoy making people happy, but I clearly wasn't accomplishing that by buying her stuff. I didn't consider the person receiving the gifts. I also expressed I didn't like having strike system in place that I wasn't aware of. She said from now on, she would just tell me when I do something that she feels has a problem with me. And that it was unrealistic of her to expect only 3 issues through the course of an entire relationship.
I agree.
Someone commented that if after buying her those gifts, did I hope bro, he has so many fucking typos. Someone commented that if after buying her those gifts, did I hope if I ever a little, she would be less likely to break up with me. The truth is, yes.
Uh-oh. Maybe you should have left that out.
But that's, yeah. But that's in everything I do. If it's making her breakfast in bed, coming over and doing all her housework, or just rubbing her back and scratching her hair, I want to be the best partner possible. I hope every single thing that I do makes her less likely to break up with me because I love her and I want to be with her forever. I also asked about the fancier date comment. She said that was her expectation, that she wasn't disappointed, but I kind of saw it as an occasion where I could have splurged a tiny bit but didn't. But certainly didn't have to. She said we can find a medium because she knows what she considered a lot and what I considered a lot is different. That $6,000 for me and for her were very different. That a car for me and for her were very different. Speaking of, I now more than ever acknowledge the difference between my upbringing and those around me. Because of the pandemic and my family's wealth gets bigger, I realized how ineffective I was compared to everyone else. And still, I wanted to do what I've always done. I say to my girlfriend that I'm interested in buying something for myself. She says I can't spend 6 figures on something I wasn't thinking about an hour ago. And she's right. I don't need it. I want it. Being with someone from a
How
different...
much?
6 figures.
Just like that, huh? Just like that, little 6 figures.
Just thought about it. Just an idea.
Just an idea. I might spend, somebody's salary.
Yeah, I mean, at least he like mentioned it to her before doing it.
Yeah, no, that was probably wise of them, especially after those conversations they had.
Yeah. Being from someone from a different background has opened my eyes. I would have bought and already had it. She said I could do some good with my money, and my family is going to begin giving to people affected by the pandemic. But it's really just to make us look good. My dad didn't just wake up and feel like helping people.
At least he's honest about it.
She says, do that if I want to spend money. We gave her car to someone who lost their job, and it made her feel really good.
I wonder what car it was.
Yeah.
You
I
wanna
wonder
take a
who
guess?
these people are.
He bought her a Mercedes.
You think?
C-Class 300 something.
I don't even
C300.
know.
Oh, yeah, it's got to be some Lexus, Mercedes, something like, ugh. You're going to spend 6 figures on something like that. I mean, he's going to buy her a nice car, not like no Honda Accord or something.
Yeah. So I feel like we definitely throughout that story talked enough about it. I guess the ending there is. I mean,
it sounds
the update,
like they resolved it, no?
Yeah,
I mean,
the
it sounds
update-
like the communication was there.
The update was good. The problem was as simple as miscommunication. Well, not even miscommunication, but no communication at all.
Right,
Once Once they talked that out and got through it, I think that they'll be just fine.
Yeah, no, 100% I agree. And that's the key to any good relationship is communication.
The sub is r/ask men advice. You're a man,
Ask me.
so let's see. My girlfriend is gaining weight, and I'm not sure what to do.
Dude, that was strong.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, continue.
Okay. I've been with my girlfriend for about 4 months now. So she's gained weight in 4 months.
What are you doing to her, dude?
And
I mean, I know happy weight, but 4 months is crazy.
And overall, she's a great person. However, I've noticed that she's been gaining weight pretty quickly in this short time. About a month ago, I had to leave the country, and during that time, she mentioned that she wanted to lose weight. For context, I've never commented on her weight or suggested she should lose it. This was something she brought up herself. But when I came back, I noticed she had gained even more. She now makes jokes about being fat, but I can tell there's some insecurities behind it. For me, fitness is a big part of my life. I work out regularly and stay active. I want to be supportive, but I'm not sure how to approach this without making her feel bad. I care about her and I don't want to seem superficial, but at the same time, I can't ignore that this is something that's been on my mind. How should I handle this situation? Should I say something or just end it? Has anyone been in a similar situation?
Wow, that's crazy. You know what I want to know so bad? I want to know, I want to know, like, how tall is she? How much does she weigh? Because there's no way, like, you start a relationship 4 months. Are you kidding me? And, like, that person, now you're thinking about breaking up with them just because they look different. In 4 months, even if you go on the craziest bender, like, that you can possibly hold, how are you going to be that, like, different? You know what I'm saying? Like, when we had our daughter, I stopped working out, right? And tell me if I'm wrong, but I looked pretty damn good beforehand, right?
Yeah.
Afterwards, I looked good, but I didn't look as good.
Yeah.
It took 9 months, and I still had definition. We were eating fast food. We weren't working out. I mean, like, that's a lot of time. But, I mean, it's just like, it makes you wonder. When he got into the relationship, was she, like, borderline? Because I doubt it if his lifestyle revolves around being fit. You know what I'm saying? There's no way he would go for somebody who's not active, not fit, not in shape, not chasing the same goals. Does that make sense? Yeah, just makes you wonder.
I feel like while I do wonder that, it kind of steers away from like the conversation at hand, which would be how should he handle this? And for me personally, I think the best way to handle that, I guess it depends. It depends what he knows his girlfriend best, or he should.
Right.
right? Better than all of us.
I mean, they've been together 4 months.
Right, but he knows her. We don't.
Okay,
So
yeah.
that being said, for me personally, and this may not be the same for my friends, but I'm gaining weight, and I want, if you wanted to let me know, first I would want you to let me know if it's something that is bothering you. If it's something that's not bothering you, but you know it's bothering me, I would also want you to like try to help motivate me because
Right, like those little jokes she was making about being fat.
right.
You're not dumb. You know, as a person, that those are insecurities speaking out loud. Those are cries for help.
Right.
And as somebody who's supposed to be, you know,
Yeah.
trusted in, confided in, their motivator, it's your job to pinpoint, you know, that conversation she keeps bringing up, those jokes she keeps making up, and motivate her. Be that motivation and that stronghold she needs to lose that weight. You know, I mean, it's a simple conversation. You know, it's a simple.
Well, it's like
At
it's
least for
not
me, it
very
is.
yeah, so it's not very simple for all just because, she could take it the wrong way. She could be like, "Oh, like you don't love me anymore," or, you don't find me attractive
Oh
anymore.
my
You can't even
gosh.
say, "Oh my gosh," because there was a point where I told you, "Hey babe, like we should start going to the gym again. Like we don't look as good as we used to."
Right. That's because you're a level-headed person. But
But when I told
imagine I looked at you and we were them, right? And or not them, just us. And I was like, hey, we don't look good anymore. We should start going to the gym. Would you look at yourself and be like, oh my gosh, does he not love me anymore? You'd be like, no, he's right. We're not
yeah.
working out. We got higher body percent fat that we used to. We can't play volleyball like we used to. You know, we're out of breath quicker, whatever it may be, just something crazy like that. But you would take it as in like, okay, health is important. We do need to get back on track. I want to look better because who doesn't want to look better, right? I mean, and then especially when you want to do activities and things like that, because obviously he was fit, and there's no way you're together. At least I don't think you're together. If one person chases aspirations to be fit and healthy, and the other one chases aspirations to be unhealthy and unfit. Does that make sense?
Yeah. But so the reason why I brought that up is because when I did tell you initially, you were like, you didn't expect me to say what I said. So you were taken back for a second. You're like, oh, okay, well, we can go. Like,
Yeah, you don't expect a woman to be that person. Well, I mean, I guess you do. In this situation, a man isn't supposed to tell a woman she needs to work out. But
and that's why I feel like it could be even harder for the man because
Yeah.
women are more sensitive and, we're very emotional, as you know. So I can see why this is something that he's like looking for Reddit to help him with. So yeah, I can see why this is something that's hard for him. He says, should I say something or just end it?
say something. Well, I mean, do you love her? If the answer is yes, say something. 4 months is soon, but try. What's the worst that could happen? You break up. You've already considered that. You know, logically, you want the true answer. Should I say something or no? Yes. What could happen? She gets upset. You break up. Okay. Well, you already just considered that. So then, obviously, yes, say something.
Yeah, that, and it's like at the end of the day, when it comes to your life goals, if you want to be with somebody that is going to have the same level of fitness as you, then what her response is to you being open and honest with her determines a lot. Like if she takes this and cries about it and sits on it and says, "Well, this is who I am," that like I see nothing wrong with me, and you do, then that's when it's just like, okay, well,
How hard can you really try, or how much can you really keep saying to really change somebody's mind like that? It sounds like you're pretty set in stone. Are you even going to work out, or
yeah,
are work out?
yeah,
Like still stick together?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny because
Yeah,
that
the
almost
workout.
kind of
Yeah,
confused me.
yeah.
So the top comment was 4 months is not a long time, especially to put on extra weight, which often accompanies being
What did I tell
comfortable.
you? What did I tell you?
Often accompanies being comfortable in a long-term stable relationship. There might be something else going on with her, emotionally or physically. Imagine she's pregnant.
Better speak up.
Yeah.
You were working out while you were pregnant.
Yeah. For a little bit there until my feet were hurting really bad.
Well, you can only do so much.
Yeah, the comments are kind of just like not really giving too much of great advice. It's just kind of like talking about what we discussed.
Did we not give good advice?
Well, no, some of it's that, some of it's like just like
Right.
making jokes. 4 months. I think you dated a big girl at the gym with a yo-yo diet.
See what I'm telling you? Like,
One of my friends dated this girl who he met at the gym. She only goes there when she is single. They broke up and she went back to the gym and met another guy.
oh my gosh. There's people out there living that life right now.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Men too.
She's just waiting. She's just waiting on him to break up so she can go get another one.
Did
She's
you
definitely.
Did you hear me?
Probably, yeah, 100%. I mean, they want to seem like they're ambitious and, out there working out and stuff like that. And, same thing as a woman. I want to seem like I'm this fit person, girly, yada, yada, yada. And that attracts people. And, well, turns out you're not.
No. Okay. Well, at the end of the day, it comes down to the weight you want to be, the activeness you want to be, the level of whatever you want to be in life, and whether or not your partner is willing to be right there with you, or if they slack behind, if you're willing to keep them motivated and push them. And if they don't want that motivation and, they're cool with where they're at, then there's only so much you can do. So.
Right.
Okay, I'm going to give you a choice. You have one being, am I the asshole for distancing myself from my best friend because of her husband?
Distancing? What did you just say?
Distancing.
Distancing, okay.
Okay. Or, am I overreacting? Girlfriend, 18 female, wants an open relationship.
Okay. Am I the asshole for distancing myself from who?
From my best friend because of her husband.
Second one.
Am I overreacting? Girlfriend, 18 female, wants an open relationship.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me read that one.
You want to read this one? Okay, I'll let you. Here, let me just zoom in for you real quick. Here you go.
All right, bear with me. Am I the asshole? Girlfriend, 18 female, wants an open relationship. Me and my girlfriend, 18, recently had an argument about opening our relationship. And at first, it was a nice talk. We talked about the pros and the cons, and then the tide shifted. We talked about how it would affect our life and what would happen if she got pregnant or if I got someone else pregnant. And then she told me she only wanted an open relationship with one other person so that we would only see the other person each, and reluctantly I asked if she had someone in mind. She told me she was thinking about someone, which made me ask the question. When I tried questioning her further, she shut me out. We went to bed that night a little distant. The next morning, she asked if we could resume our previous conversation. I agreed. And then I brought up the fact that she never answered my question about who she had in mind. She told me it wasn't my business. And I left it at that. About 5 to 10 minutes later, she told me the person she had in mind was her ex-boyfriend. Eesh. Yeah, that's well, let's see what else they got to say. Because I feel some type of way about that. I mean, I feel some type of way about the whole thing. I don't know. Let's just see what else we got.
Right.
I asked her, is that why she wanted an open relationship? Just so that she could see her ex without feeling guilty? I kicked her out after she told me she was tired of hiding the fact that she was already seeing him.
No.
Oh my gosh. She is now pissed. My mom told me that it was the right thing to do, but I feel like I should have talked it out. Did I overreact? Ooh,
Absolutely not.
absolutely not. I mean, is that even a
And
question?
she underreacted.
Yeah, underreacted.
I would have beat her. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Oh shit!
But
Yeah, no, that's crazy. I mean, how do you feel about talking about? This is not me asking you for an open relationship, but how do you feel about the topic of people discussing having an open relationship within their relationship?
how long have they been together? Does it say?
It does not say. I mean, does it matter?
So I think it does. I think that if you're the type of person that wants an open relationship, that is something that you knew prior to getting in your relationship.
Okay, so if it's new, did they talk about it previously?
Yeah. Like,
Okay.
I feel like that is something that would have been, like, asked up front.
Right.
Before even, like, putting a title on something.
Okay.
And if he was like, yeah, I might be open to that, and gave her, like, that bit of hope.
Yeah,
then he
yeah.
can't be mad for her wanting to bring it up now.
Right, but I mean, how likely is that? It's not. Nobody just goes, "Oh, hey."
Well, I do think that people that want open relationships don't want to be in a relationship and verify a relationship with somebody that they know will not want that.
Yeah, I mean that's a fair point, but I think he would have brought that to our attention.
Well,
mean-
it's Reddit.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, no, I mean, I feel like if you actually want to be in a committed relationship with somebody, there is no conversation about opening it up. If you are invested in somebody and you want to grow each other, with each other, a family, a business, a lifestyle, there's no opening that relationship. That just doesn't make sense. That is how things end.
Yeah. There are people, I guess. What would you define necessarily an open relationship? For me, I think open relationship is like somebody that's dating multiple people.
Right. Like, I can go mess around, fuck around with whoever I want, and so can you.
Yeah.
A throuple, I don't know if you're thinking like, that's like when all three are in a triangle together.
Right. At first, for a second, I was imagining throuple because she
Right,
had
right,
a
right.
specific person in mind.
Exactly.
And she's saying open relationship, but she only wants this one specific person. So it's like you don't want an open relationship.
You don't
because
even want to be
you
in
don't
that.
even.
You want your freedom.
She doesn't even want him to like have someone. She said she wants a specific person in mind, be the only person that they can be open with.
You know what? You're right. You're right. So insinuating a throuple.
Insinuating a throuple.
And oh my gosh, imagine as a
then
man, she's like, oh yeah, it's not going to be. I mean, it's a crazy conversation. As a man, you would, your dreams come true. Another woman enters the
Right.
relationship, and the woman tells you, no, it's going to be my ex-boyfriend.
And what's even wild is the feelings you're feeling right now. Imagine how women feel when men suggest having
A threesome.
a threesome with another woman. And it's like, so you don't see it as often, but this woman is wanting to add a man to the picture, and he is freaking mind blown. He's ready to get out of there. But men don't consider nor think about how a woman would feel if the roles were reversed. So,
And I mean, we're really skipping over a major part here.
Mm-hmm.
She's been sleeping with him.
what?
She's been sleeping with her ex-boyfriend.
Oh my
You know
god!
what
I
I'm saying?
forgot.
Yeah, am I overreacting? No, bitch, bye. You need to get out this house. You need
Bitch,
to go.
bye.
This is crazy. And it sounds like he lives with his mom. I mean, this is nuts. Oh, yeah, 18 years old. She's 18.
Wait,
The
he lives
girlfriend-
with his mom? How do you know this?
Assumingly, because she goes, I kicked her out, and after she told me she was tired of hiding the fact she was already seeing him, she is now pissed. My mom told me it was the right thing to do. And she's 18 years old. In my head, I'm
okay.
thinking he lives at home, she's with
Right.
him, da-da-da-da-da. She obviously doesn't have a good relationship with her father. I mean, you can just tell that by reading this right here.
Baby.
She's probably not at home. She's staying at his house.
At her ex's?
No, this guy's.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And
But
that's-
now
yeah.
she's staying at her ex's.
Yeah, well, let's see how long that one lasts.
Yeah.
She's an ex for a reason. I mean, yeah, and the question was, did I overreact? I think we can all presumptively agree.
Yeah.
No, sir, you did not. Underreacted. Should have been the question.
Underreacted.
Well, some of the comments here are saying, Let's see this one. Bro, she wasn't asking for an open relationship. She was asking permission to cheat. The second she dodged your question about who she had in mind was already sus. Then she hits you with the, it's my ex, and I've already been seeing him bomb. Nah, that's not ethical non-monogamy. That's straight up damage control. No, seriously.
Yeah.
You didn't overreact. You just had self-respect speed run. She's pissed because you didn't roll over and let her rewrite the rules after breaking them. That's a good way to put that. Yeah.
Rewrite the rules.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
Exactly, because it's damage control. She's trying to set it up to where, like, oh yeah, we can open the relationship. Okay, great. Well, I'm gonna open it up with my ex.
Yeah.
But now she has to tell him, oh, I was already seeing him.
But that shouldn't be a problem because you're fine with that.
Exactly. She's pissed because you didn't roll over and let her rewrite the rules after breaking them. There's nothing to talk about unless you wanted to sit there and listen for more excuses. Your mom's right. You handled it perfectly. Now block and delete her and let her be her ex's problem. Yeah, that's pretty damn good.
Yeah, I don't even know why she wanted to be in another relationship. If you just want to go and be with your ex, just go be with them.
Straight up.
Like what is like cut the middleman out.
I
Go
mean-
be with them.
I mean, sometimes people get tired of being with one person. They want to do this, they want to do that. And, you can't have it all your way. It's all about working through the problems. And some people, they don't give a fuck. They don't want to work through the problems. They want to do this, they want to do that. I mean, we got another commenter here. First rule about open relationships is that the communication must fully open and honest. She already can't handle that. True. And that onto the fact that she is thinking of her ex, fam. She just wants her ex and is using you as safety net. And sadly, that's literally what we just said. Yeah. You are young in the relationship. Try to move on. Also, if she is already seeing her ex, then brought this up to you, she would have never told you otherwise. It is best for you to break up with her. I mean, they're all kind of saying the same thing.
Yeah. Okay, next story.
Sweet.
That bitch is crazy.
Crazy.
She's got to go.
So funny.
This one is from r/best of Redditor updates. And the title is, I, 28 male, don't know how to tell my wife, 24 female, that I cheated on her while she had postpartum depression. Yeah. Now, I did want to get into this because, one, if y'all don't know, I just had a baby recently. And I just want to know what his takes would be on this. Also...
Wait, why? I haven't cheated on you.
Well, yeah, exactly. I just want to know your takes coming from, like,
A man with
A man.
a woman who just had a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
That, and I feel like, so I heard a statistic that men, it's more likely for a man to cheat on you while you're either one, pregnant, or you just had your baby.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I feel like that'd be like the two least amount of times.
Right, because they're pregnant with your baby, but it's because women a lot of the times will refrain from having sex during those times while they're pregnant because they don't feel good, or afterwards because, recovery. So, trigger warning for this one: infidelity, postpartum depression. I know I'm a piece of shit. I don't deserve my wife and our two beautiful sons, 4 and 2. Hey. I know that by telling her this will be the end of our marriage. She will not forgive me. She will not forgive me. There will be no talking through it. She will tell me to pack my bags and leave immediately. I can't live with the guilt of not telling her, but I can't live without her. I don't know what to do. Basically, my wife and I always wanted a traditional family. I would go to work and she would stay home with the kids. We both always wanted a large family, a house in the suburbs, a dog, the whole thing. We got married when she was 19 and I was 23. She got pregnant right away and our first son was born 9 months to the day after our wedding. Oh, wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
He was such an easy, happy baby. We were all so happy. My wife was super passionate about cooking, arts, and crafts, and home decor. Our home was always spotless, despite having a baby and dog. Damn, she's awesome.
Yeah, she sounds like a great wife.
We had a great marriage and a healthy sex life. We were both naive enough to think that being parents was always going to be easy. I don't like where this is going.
Yeah.
We started trying for another as soon as the doctor cleared us. It took about 8 months for her to get pregnant, which stressed her out a lot because she got pregnant so easily with our first. This pregnancy was different. She had no energy, she gained a lot of weight, and was unrecognizable. With our first son, she only had a small bump, and you wouldn't even know she was pregnant if you saw her from behind, or if she was wearing an oversized t-shirt. With this pregnancy, she blew up like a balloon. Her face and her feet were swollen. I sound like an asshole for saying this, but she looked like a monster.
Gosh.
We didn't even have sex for the entire pregnancy. Sometimes she would try to initiate, but I always turned her down because I was repulsed by her.
Oh my gosh.
She had a difficult birth, and our son was born with some health issues. Relatively minor, thankfully, but enough to give us a scare. My wife blamed herself for our son's health issues. In the heat of the moment, I told her that if she had been more active during pregnancy, then our son probably would be fine.
Wow.
She just kept sinking further and further into depression. She stopped brushing her hair, and it started to mat. I would call home from work at 5 p.m. to find our oldest son still in his pajamas. The dirty dishes were piled a mile high in the sink. She stopped showering regularly, and she refused to go on a jog to lose the baby fat, even though I tried to encourage her by saying I'd cook dinner if she did. Our son's physical needs were being met, but emotionally she was checking out. I started fantasizing about being single and not having a wife or kids. I started going to the gym and the bar after work instead of going home to them. I met Cassidy, 19 female, at the gym, and we really hit it off. She was vocal about never wanting kids, and when I would complain about my wife to her, she would pile on too. I was happy at the time because I wanted someone to validate me for being such an asshole, but looking back, I'm disgusted. Pretty soon, Cassidy and I were dating, and I was having a whole separate life behind my wife's back. After a few months, my wife slowly started to return to her old self. She started taking more pride in her appearance. She started taking more pride in her appearance and started cooking from scratch again instead of ordering takeout or frozen food. Our home was clean again, and our youngest son's health issues were improving. I fell in love with her all over again. I started to realize that Cassidy wasn't as exciting and interesting as I thought she was. She was actually quite dull and stupid and had no real opinions or interests outside of partying and TikTok. I started to suspect that she didn't actually like me either and was just flattered by the attention of a married man, and I stupidly enabled it by making her feel special and better than my wife. I ended things with her a few months later, and she didn't even seem to care. All in, I was cheating on my wife for just over a year.
Oh my gosh, that's a long time.
My wife has recently started asking to try for a third baby, and the guilt all just hit me at once. I feel paralyzed. I have nightmares that she finds out from someone else. I've stopped eating and sleeping. I'm starting to get aches and pains from the stress. I don't know what to do. I'm an asshole. I know I don't deserve her, but I don't know how to tell her without breaking her. She's amazing, and she never deserved this.
Was that it? Wow. That's a lot, yeah. No, that's, I mean, like, you say, like, oh, I get where he's coming from, but then again, it's like, one, my opinion is you have to tell her. No matter what, you're going to have to tell her. You can't live your life stressed out based off of some guilt that you had. Your life is going to move whether you tell her or not. It's just a matter of what you want to happen next. Rightfully, you need to communicate and tell her what happened, what's going on, no matter the consequences, because you know you messed up. And what do you do when you tell a lie? You own up to it. You know, the guilt's gonna eat at you no matter what. I mean, but as for what he did, it's not right. Things take time. You know they do. But that's why it's important to. It's hard to say, but not sacrifice your what you have in your life, like to then not not so much as almost go down a hole with her, but be with her. You know, kind of face the struggles together, fight those battles together, versus, oh, after work I'm going to go to the gym and then the bar. That's what led up to it. Yeah, you want to stay on your health journey, you want to do things that you like, but what about your wife who just had a kid? You know, you still are providing for them, but you're not facing those struggles that she's going through with. I know, for us as an example, when you had Esme, obviously you couldn't go to the gym for, I don't know, the recovery time, 3 months, something like that. I didn't either. I mean, maybe a little run here and there, but I didn't either. And it, again, it is a sacrifice to do something like that, but it's not the end of the world, you know, because we're both bouncing back now. We both exercise as much as we can with how much we work. You're going back to work. You have an income. I have an income. You have a fitness lifestyle. I have a fitness lifestyle. We both decently eat well. Sometimes we cheat, but it's about facing those battles together and then overcoming the obstacles that are in front of you as a team, and not just pushing her problems to her and then you kind of, well, I don't have those problems, so why can't I go to the gym? Why can't I do this?
That was one big thing that you kind of like touched on, is that I feel like, yeah, he went to the gym, right, instead of going home to his wife, but I feel like her recovery even mentally would have been faster had she not, like, I can't imagine being a stay-at-home mom and being on top of all of these things, and then like all of it just hits you at once. You just get so overwhelmed, and instead of him coming home and helping her with these things, he too let the dishes get a mile high.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, he was at the gym. He was drinking.
Like you went home, saw your wife struggling to keep these things going by herself when you add an additional kid.
Right.
And instead of helping take some of that stress off of her, you kept letting her feel like she's not doing enough.
Yeah, her world was falling apart around her. And you're not helping clean that world.
Right.
Build up. Because, like, when you got a dirty room, does that make you feel good about yourself?
No.
No, it doesn't. Just like when you have a dirty house, you can't take care of your kid, that mental drain is going to affect the area around you. And like you said, how that brought it, like the point that I made. If you were there, instead of doing the things that you can be doing, the things that you want to be doing, sacrifice those. And in that way, as a team, you'll come out stronger. Now you put yourself in a situation to where cheating could be possible. You're meeting other people. You're at the bar. And just overall, it's just the way he's, from start to finish, he fucked up completely. And now he has this realization because now his wife's hot again. And she brought herself back without his help. Oh, now he's sorry. He wouldn't be sorry if she was still in that same situation.
I love what you said. She brought herself back without his help. And I really hope when he's honest with her, if he's honest with her about what went down, I hope she realizes that herself. A lot of women tend to think that, like,
I
things
couldn't
that
do this without him.
Yeah, things that they do for themselves and for everyone, they seem to think that they're not capable of being by themselves. When in reality, a lot of the time, women are doing like more than they give themselves credit for. And so she did that for herself.
100%.
And yeah, I hope she sees that. The top relevant comments are, "You're an absolutely apparent person. Your wife was so depressed her hair was matted. I want you to think about that for a few minutes. Think about how low and terrible she must have felt to get to that point. Instead of being a kind, compassionate, caring partner and helping her get better, you went out and found someone barely legal to sleep with. I hope she leaves your ass and finds someone who will love her, because you do not. You love what she gives you. You love what she does for you. You do not love her." Next comment.
That was big. That was big what she just said, because it's 100% true. He loves what she gives him. Cleanliness.
Yes.
Femininity. Sex. Food, obviously. Care for the children.
Yep.
But love is not just about what somebody can provide. or love is not just about loving what somebody can provide, what they look like. It's loving them in their worst case. It's loving them when they're down, when they're low. That's what true love looks like.
Yeah.
It's not materialistic, you know?
Yeah. Next comment was, did you even try to get her help with her PPD? Postpartum depression?
Yeah.
Good Lord. If the guilt is eating you alive, tell her everything all at once. No trickle truthing, no downplaying or minimizing. Apologize. Commit to therapy. Offer a post-nup. Whatever you think would help her to get through this implosion. Then the ball is in her court, and it's her decision whether to kick you out to the curb or not. So if you don't know, trickle truthing is when you
Beat around the bush while telling the truth.
give some of the truth, not all the truth.
I was about to say I like that
Trickle
term.
truthing. Yeah, I do too. Post-nup is just like a prenup, except after.
Yes.
Yeah, I was just...
Yeah. No, I figured that's what that was.
Yeah. Next comment was, all I can say is I am glad my husband was right by my side in the thick of my postpartum depression, anxiety, and rage. Edit to add that you simply need to tell her. You need to sit her down. Don't try and hold her hand. Don't try and say, but I love you. You didn't love her when she needed you the most.
So was I.
Yeah.
I was a rock star postpartum depression boyfriend.
Yeah, except you were a rock star postpartum depression boyfriend.
Wait, I'm sorry. You just said exactly what I said?
Yeah.
But you added the word "except" in front of it?
And bolded one word.
Huh?
And bolded one word.
I don't know what you're saying right now.
I bolded one word.
What was the word?
Boyfriend.
Sorry,
Like
guys.
that?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have an update.
Oh, okay, this is great.
Yeah. I really didn't expect the last post to blow up as much as it did.
Hold on. Do you think you told her?
I hope so. I think. What else could he have to update if he didn't?
That now he's living a double life, or not double life, but now he's just with her?
Ugh, let's hope not. I don't think
Yeah.
he would tell us that.
You're right.
Okay, blow up or even reach TikTok. I'm just going to post an update and then I'll probably delete this account. As per somebody's advice, I took the day off work, dropped our 2 sons off at their grandparents' house, and sat my wife down. I came fully clean. I made no excuses, told her I didn't expect forgiveness and that she had every right to say or do whatever she wanted. She didn't respond for a while. But then, very softly and quietly, told me that she wanted me out of the house the next day and that we were done. She didn't scream or cry or show any emotion. I asked her if she wanted to say anything else and she said no. I told her I was sorry and she said she didn't want to hear it. We sat in silence for what felt like forever while she stared blankly into space. When our sons came home, seeing how expertly she was able to put on a brave face and not let them know anything was wrong broke my heart. It hit me like a ton of bricks that she was used to doing this, and it was all my fault. I slept in the guest room that night, but didn't get much sleep. The next morning, our older son asked me why Mommy was crying again last night, and said he wanted to cheer her up. My wife refuses to speak to me, look at me, or acknowledge me in any way. I heard her on the phone to her best friend who lives in another country. She told her that she thought she had found a good one and that she was going to break the mold. Her grandfather walked out and left her grandma with nothing. Her dad walked out and left her mom with nothing. I'm a piece of shit, just like every other man in her life. I left today and she didn't even look at me or say anything. She just continued watching TV and crocheting as if nothing had happened. I'm staying at my parents' house and they are disgusted with me. My mom cried when I told her. They love my wife like their own daughter. I let everybody down. I deserve everything coming my way.
Yep, sounds about right. I mean,
Yeah.
what else would happen? Unless she was a idiot and she stayed with him. Yeah,
Yeah.
deserved. Happy ending, I guess.
Happy ending for sure. Yeah, there's a buttload of comments, but yeah, the top comment was, this has 10K upvotes. I had a double take at, she looked like a monster. To try and justify his year-long affair. Fuck this guy, truly. And I hope that his wife is able to realize that she and the kids are better without him. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
it doesn't
part where
sound like he was doing much for him, you know?
yeah, she looked like a monster.
Well, no, the kids, too. I mean, you got to think they have children together, but, I mean, she was a stay-at-home mom. It sounds like she did everything.
Absolutely. She had a lot on her plate.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they'll be better off without him.
Yeah.
Am I the asshole for telling my sister-in-law that she's not on the same level as my wife?
I want to like sit down and think about that one for a second. You told your wife's sister she's not on the same level as your wife.
Sounds reasonable to me.
I mean, yeah. But
Unless
I mean,
it was just like rude. It's like, you're nowhere near on the level as my wife is. But
Yeah.
it just depends on the circumstances. But I mean, I feel like most circumstances, there has to be a conversation about it. Like her trying to articulate why she's better than his wife.
yeah, I'm very surprised that you picked this story. Let's go ahead.
Yeah. My wife, Ava, fake name, female, 28, and I, male, 30, just had our first set of kids, a pair of twin boys. We had met and dated through college and after graduation. Got married in a simple ceremony. My wife is a nurse and I am an engineer. My wife is the quiet type, especially in a large social gatherings. Very polite. I think that will be important later. Honestly, I'm not much different, and that's how we hit it off. Because friend groups dragged us to a party we didn't really want to be at. That said, one-on-one or with a patient, she was a very, very warm and all smiles. She is very, very warm and all smiles. We tried for over a year to get pregnant. My swimmers weren't doing their job. You know what that is?
Yeah,
Yeah. So we're thrilled to become parents, and finding out it was twins was even better. My wife's sister, female, 25, keep in mind, his wife is 28, his wife's sister is 25.
Okay.
On the other hand, is a piece of work. She relies on guys to fund her lifestyle. She jumps from guy to guy or scams them online. If I had any proof of the catfishing or scams, I would report it. She has no education past high school. She is trying to become an Instagram influencer, but only has 100 followers. She is constantly trying to make it rich quick and still lives with her parents. No hate on this part, it's just to show how financially irresponsible she is. She buys designer everything and eats out all the time. We waited until the boys were a few weeks before we let anyone come over. My wife had to recover and she just wanted to bond with our boys uninterrupted. Anything for her. I had to beat my mom back with a stick, not literally. But
I love that for him. I'm so glad that he was able. You know, you hear a lot of stories. Men can't speak up to their moms and tell them, "Hey."
especially, it's always the mom.
Yeah. Continue.
Yeah. Let's see. Not literally. But it was worth the piece. I wanted only one set of family at the time, so we didn't get overwhelmed. I like how he keeps calling it a set. Like we had our first set of kids. Granted, they were twins, but it's like we had our first set of kids. I only wanted one set of family. It's like,
Yeah.
it's funny how he's saying that. At the time, so we didn't get overwhelmed and suggested her parents first. Her parents brought her sister. Oh, he only wanted one set of family over at the house at a time. Gotcha. Now, up to this point, her sister had been super interested in the pregnancy and helped throw the baby shower. She would drop off my wife's snacks and things if she mentioned a craving. Overall, it seemed like a turning point for them because before the pregnancy, their relationship had been strained. Childhood competition, fighting over who dated who first, etc. I went to the kitchen to make lunch while they sat and chatted. Her sister came in to help. I thought she set up plates and things and started asking about the labor, the last couple weeks, etc. I thought she was trying to let me vent or find more ways to be helpful, but I told her everything was going pretty smoothly. She was trying to let me vent or find ways to be more helpful, but I told her everything was going pretty smoothly. She made the comment, too bad she's ruined now. I heard she ripped her V to her A. That won't be pleasing to look at.
She said that to who?
The husband.
No, she did
The
not.
sister, his wife's sister, went to the kitchen while everybody else was away, came up to him and broke conversation, kind of like asking about this, asking about that, and then took a jab at her saying, too bad she's ruined now. I heard she ripped from her V to her A. That won't be pleasing to look at.
Oh, wow. Okay. I already have a few things in mind, but go ahead.
Right. Now, if it's true, there was some tearing, but considering her size and the size of the boys, I don't think it's uncommon. I just looked at her and asked why she would say something so disrespectful about her sister. She told me it's just the truth, and that I would realize ugly scars down there would be a total turnoff. She then leaned across the table and did that things girls do to make their boobs look bigger by crossing her arms underneath them and squeezing, and said, I know you only really want her as a mother because of the nursing thing, and went on about how much happier I would be with someone more my level.
What is so crazy is I was just about to say, does she want her sister's man?
Yes.
Like-
that was a quote from her, what I just read. She said that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh my God. What a fucking bitch.
What are we in high school? You crossing your arms
How
under
old
your
is she?
boobs?
25.
She's the younger one.
Yeah, she's
3
25.
years younger.
Yeah, continue.
I told her in no uncertain terms that she would be anywhere near my level, and she could forget ever reaching my wife's level. I told her that being a swindler and not respecting herself online and to guys didn't make her this hot and attractive than she thinks she is. It's actually sad to watch because everyone knows she can do much better and would get whatever she put herself, but she chooses deadbeats who would pay for her photos instead. I told her my wife worked until 8 months while pregnant with twins, how she does volunteer work for the animal shelter, how she still fusses over me even though we now have boys, and how amazing I really think that she is. I told her she could never even scratch at the level my wife is on to take her weirdness out of my house, and I just walked out. I pulled the parents aside and explained what happened and sent them into the kitchen video of it because I have indoor cameras in the common areas for security.
No.
Kitchen facing the back door living room.
Who'd he send it to?
The parents. He sent the parents into the kitchen.
His like parent-in-law.
Yes. Send them into the kitchen to confront her with the video. And so where the location of the cameras are, kitchen facing the back door, living room facing the front door, hallway, stairs, etc. They were livid, but at me. They stormed out for disrespecting their younger daughter in a way that made her cry after showing my wife. She thought I was a little harsh in shutting her down, but so thankful I made her leave and stood up for her. My sister-in-law and her parents are demanding an apology. I'm not going to apologize. Am I the asshole?
They can kick rocks, pal. They can kick rocks so far.
Dude, that's crazy.
What do you mean?
Did you hear what the wife said, though?
No, what did the wife say?
So obviously the parents are livid, right?
Yeah.
They were livid, but at me. They stormed out for disrespecting their younger daughter in a way that made her cry. After showing my wife, she thought I was a little harsh in shutting her down, but was so thankful that I made her leave and stood up for her. My sister-in-law and her parents are demanding an apology.
Harsh or not, fuck you.
Yeah, no. I mean, you could really see how sweet his wife is. Because remember in the beginning, he was stating that?
That's why he said, like,
exactly.
that's important
Like,
to know.
she's super nice. Like,
Yeah, no, I think that that's absolutely absurd. The fact that she even feels like that is, like, something that she could have brought up is such an issue.
oh, yeah.
To be so, like, act so sweet and innocent and then, like, play a card like that. I just think that boundaries need to be put in place. One, two. I don't know. I don't think that I don't know. That's such a hard one because she's like, the sister's so nice. Like, not her, the wife. The wife is so
Right,
nice.
right.
So it's like, that's hard because obviously he's going to do his best to, at the end of the day, support his wife. But if his wife doesn't really like care about it that much, where she's like, oh, you were kind of harsh, like, you know, it's not like
How much can you really do?
Yeah,
it's her
because
family.
personally, my sister did some shit like that. I'm sorry. I will see you at family events and that is it.
Yeah.
Sorry. Like, you want my life so bad, you're gonna get as far away from it as possible because that's just not acceptable. Now, give it some time, maybe a few years pass, I might like let you around more often, but that just blows me. Like, that is the ultimate disrespect that you can have, and especially in her house. You are at her house trying to get with her man.
And not only are you trying to get with her man, but you are like shitting on your sister.
Shitting on her.
Like, oh, she must be. What did she say?
And
like, she said
I
she
really
must be.
hope.
Go ahead.
I really hope that she has babies, and she experiences that same exact experience, and
Yeah, she said, too bad she's ruined now. Like, that is nuts to me that you would say that about your sister who just had a baby and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I mean, to answer the question, no, you're not the asshole. I mean, should have been a lot worse. The sister should have been a lot
definitely
worse.
not the asshole. And I feel like I also would take some separation from my parents, because what do they mean you want my husband to apologize for shutting my sister down when she just tried to
Make a pass at him.
him?
Parents got to go. They got to die.
They have to go.
I'm just kidding.
Woo! No.
That's insane. The parents are insane. The daughter's insane.
Yeah.
The whole, all three of them are fucking nuts, dude. Like, you're supporting your little angel, your little slut is what she is. She's over here, like, OnlyFans, I guess.
Yeah.
She's online selling pictures and stuff like that, scamming people. She's being a little,
That's a completely different lifestyle, and I'm not about to down anyone on the lifestyle they want to live. That's them.
Right.
You get to choose your own company.
But no, she's implementing it into her real life.
Exactly, and that's where it becomes a problem.
Yeah,
you keep that over there.
Yeah, but you can't. It's your lifestyle. Once it becomes something, it's like me. I sell things, but my mindset is now when I talk to people, it's sometimes as well. I'm trying to sell them my proposition or how I feel about something. I can't change that about me unless I work somewhere else. I do something different, just like she can't.
And that's why I'm saying, like, a big portion of it too is who you surround yourself with. So like, I wouldn't hang out with people in that lifestyle because it ends up getting like intertwined into yours some way somehow.
100%. Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, they're all just calling her a little hoe, basically.
Yeah.
Gutter snipe. What the fuck?
A what? Gutter sniper?
Yeah, gutter snipe.
Gutter snipe.
I don't know what that means, but it sounds bad.
Yeah. I don't know what it means, but it sounds
round heels, the idea, I guess, that if it pushed lightly, she would end up right on her back. My best friend and I used to compete over who called the other the best term for prostitute. Oh, round heels. I guess that's a term for calling somebody a prostitute. Yeah, I guess that whole story was fucked up. I mean, you just don't do something like that, especially not in another person's house. That's just crazy.
Yeah. Overall today, I guess we went over a few different things. Sluts.
Gold diggers.
Yeah, gold diggers.
Right.
What else?
Some cheaters.
Cheaters.
Yep.
Pocketing rent money.
Oh, that one was good, dude.
Yes, dude.
Yeah, that one was nuts. I mean, it just makes you wonder who a person is.
Would you say which story would you say was your favorite to discuss today?
I mean, the first one is such a kicker. I mean, it jump started everything. It was, yeah, I mean, it had me at the edge of my seat, you know, especially finding that out. Oh, whoa, no. The one about the opening the relationship, that one was crazy. That one was nuts. As soon as it hit me with they said and she was already sleeping with him while trying to propose. That one was nuts, dude.
Cheaters.
Yep, cheaters.
Trying to make that safety net.
I know, right? Something to bounce back on just in case. I mean, has anybody ever told a lie? And then they were thinking about coming clean on something, but they provided that safety net with the conversation beforehand in order to land safely. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So
their guilt is no longer with them.
So my first episode, if you guys haven't already watched it, there's a good story on there about a wife returning from a work retreat with a hickey. Now, in this story, she tells her man before she comes home from Vegas that she got bit by a bug on her neck.
It's like, it's crazy that you would like go out of your way. Oh my gosh, babe, a mosquito bit me. Like out of your whole work retreat, what you have to tell them is a mosquito bit. How naive do you think some
it wasn't
people
a mosquito. She said bug, not mosquito, but she planted that seed there.
Right.
So kind of same concept. Like you planted that seed, you put a safety net there just in case, whatever.
Right. Like at my job when I lost some keys, I told my boss, I was like, oh hey, I don't remember, but there was a car that was parked up front, but I let somebody borrow those keys that I left there. I don't remember who it was, a little seed planted, just in case those keys never got found. I ended up finding the keys, but like, for example, I have done it before. I mean, we've all done it eventually.
I hope nobody at your job watches this podcast.
I found the keys, though. I found the keys. The car was moved. Everything was good.
But now they know you plant stuff.
Oh, shit, they do it, too. I mean, we all do it. It just makes you think, like, how serious can that get? How big can that lie turn into? Or how your life correlates with other people, but something crazy that happened to them versus something so small that happened to you, but y'all did the same thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like the same type of lie, the same type of hiding, the same type of white lies, whatever it may be.
Alrighty, y'all. Let's get the hell out of here. Part 2?
Part 2?
Hey.
Don't be shy.
Don't tell a lie.
Go buy that car.
And then say you're sorry
For spending so much money.
and then giving me a bill to pay.
I don't want to pay no bills.
I don't want to send you my remedy.
My daddy pays for all my bills.
And then my sister comes and cheats with my man. Say what?
What?